Television shows that have a direct connection to the U.S. government are quite rare, yet the series The FBI, which aired on ABC from 1965 to 1974, served as a notable exception. This action-packed series not only entertained viewers, but also acted as a public relations tool for the real FBI, shaping public perception of the agency. The show featured a range of actors, some of whom were later blacklisted from appearing on the series due to their real-life actions or affiliations that clashed with the FBI's interests. This blacklisting raises intriguing questions about the intersection of entertainment and government influence. The actors who faced this ban often found themselves at odds with the FBI's image, whether through political activism, controversial statements, or personal choices that the agency deemed unacceptable. The consequences of this blacklisting reveal how tightly woven the fabric of media and government can be, especially when a show is designed to promote a specific narrative about law enforcement. The stories behind these actors and their exclusion from the FBI series provide a fascinating glimpse into the complexities of Hollywood's relationship with federal authority. During the 1960s, the United States faced significant turmoil that deeply affected its society and institutions, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The nation was grappling with the fallout from the Vietnam War, which sparked widespread protests and divided public opinion. The conflict not only claimed countless lives, but also raised questions about American values and foreign policy. The Watergate scandal, which would later unfold in the early 1970s, had its roots in the growing distrust of government officials and institutions, a sentiment that was already brewing during this period. Additionally, the rise of radical groups like the Weather Underground, which sought to challenge the status quo through violent means, added to the sense of chaos. The FBI found itself at the center of these events, tasked with maintaining order and investigating threats to national security. The numerous assassinations of prominent figures, including civil rights leaders and political figures, filled newspapers with disturbing headlines reflecting a society in crisis. This environment of fear and uncertainty influenced the portrayal of law enforcement on television, as shows like the FBI sought to depict the agency as a stabilizing force amid the chaos. The series resonated with audiences who were trying to make sense of a rapidly changing world, highlighting the complexities of justice and the challenges faced by those who sought to uphold it. The series portrayed the G-men of the FBI as pristine problem solvers and skilled investigators, showcasing their dedication to justice and the rule of law. This depiction helped to create a positive image of the FBI during a time when the agency was gaining prominence in American society. Produced by Quinn Martin, a television giant of the era, the show was part of a larger portfolio that included hits like The Fugitive, The Streets of San Francisco, and Barnaby Jones. Quinn Martin's production company had a complete hold on the market, establishing a reputation for high-quality television dramas that captivated audiences. The FBI series became a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood, contributing to the cultural landscape of the 1960s. It not only entertained viewers, but also educated them about the workings of the FBI, reinforcing the idea of law enforcement as a noble profession. The show's success reflected the public's fascination with crime solving and the heroic image of federal agents. The combination of engaging storytelling and a strong production team made this series a significant part of television history. Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., known for his previous role in the cop drama 77 Sunset Strip, took on the lead role in the television series The FBI. He portrayed the character of Inspector Louis Erskine, a straight-laced and dedicated agent who worked tirelessly to solve crimes and uphold justice. The show was notable for its realistic portrayal of the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the challenges faced by its agents. Alongside Zimbalist, the series featured talented actors such as Philip Abbott and William Reynolds, who contributed to the dynamic storytelling and character development throughout the series. The FBI aired a total of 241 episodes, each lasting 60 minutes, allowing for in-depth exploration of various cases and the complexities of law enforcement. The series became a staple of American television, captivating audiences with its blend of drama, action, and procedural elements. The strong performances and engaging plots helped solidify the FBI as a memorable part of television history. Most viewers of the 1965 TV series, The FBI, were unaware of the significant involvement that J. Edgar Hoover had with the show. Hoover, who was the director of the FBI for nearly 5 decades, had ultimate approval over many of the themes and storylines presented in the series. This close relationship between the show and Hoover shaped its narrative and portrayal of law enforcement. The series aimed to present a positive image of the FBI, aligning with Hoover's vision of the agency as a heroic and essential institution in American society. This influence is one reason why the show ended shortly after Hoover's death in 1972. Without his oversight, the series lost its guiding force, leading to a decline in its relevance and appeal. The connection between Hoover and the FBI is one of the more fascinating production stories in television history, highlighting how a powerful figure can shape media representation and public perception. The intertwining of Hoover's legacy with the show adds a layer of complexity to its narrative, making it a unique case study in the relationship between government and entertainment. J. Edgar Hoover played a significant role in the 1965 TV series. The FBI, his influence extended beyond mere advisory capacity. He was an unseen force that shaped both the on-screen narratives and the production processes of the show. Hoover's presence loomed large, guiding the portrayal of the FBI in a manner that aligned with his vision of law enforcement. It is important to note that Hoover was not particularly fond of Hollywood, a sentiment that could be described as deeply rooted. Despite his general distrust of the film industry, he developed a level of trust in Warner Brothers. This trust was largely established after the studio produced the flattering film The FBI Story, which featured Jimmy Stewart. The film presented the FBI in a positive light, aligning with Hoover's desire to promote the agency's image. This relationship between Hoover and Warner Brothers allowed the FBI series to reflect the values and ideals that Hoover wanted to project, ensuring that the show resonated with the public while maintaining a narrative that was favorable to the FBI. The series became a platform for Hoover's vision, showcasing the agency's work in a way that was both entertaining and aligned with his objectives. The collaboration between Hoover and the studio ultimately shaped the portrayal of the FBI in popular culture during that era, making the series a significant part of the television landscape of the 1960s. Throughout the entire run of the television series, the FBI, the real Federal Bureau of Investigation, held significant control over the scripts. This unique arrangement allowed the FBI to exercise ultimate power of script approval, ensuring that the portrayal of the agency aligned with its standards and image. The process was quite intricate, as scripts were continually shuttled back and forth between Hollywood and Washington. Initially, Hollywood would send the scripts to the FBI for review. Once received, the FBI would meticulously edit the scripts, deleting or altering any content they deemed inappropriate or inaccurate. This could involve changing dialogue, removing certain plot points, or even adjusting character portrayals to better fit the agency's narrative. After the FBI made its revisions, the scripts would be sent back to Hollywood for further rewrites. This back-and-forth process continued until both parties reached a final version that satisfied everyone involved. The result was a show that not only entertained, but also reflected the FBI's desired image, showcasing the agency in a positive light while controlling the narrative presented to the public. The collaboration between Hollywood and the FBI was a fascinating aspect of the series, highlighting the influence and oversight the agency had over its representation in popular culture. In the early 1970s, Mark Felt held the position of Associate Director of the FBI. During this time, he became known for his role as an informant to the Washington Post, particularly to journalists Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein. This secretive relationship earned him the famous nickname Deep Throat. Felt's involvement in the Watergate scandal was pivotal, as he provided crucial information that helped uncover the truth behind the political scandal. Interestingly, he also served as an unpaid technical advisor for the television series The FBI. This show, which aired in the 1960s and early 1970s, depicted the work of the FBI and its agents. Felt enjoyed spending time on the set, interacting with the cast and crew. He had a particular fondness for the character portrayed by Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., who played Inspector Louis Erskine. Felt admired Erskine's character for being cool and willing to take risks, often stepping outside the traditional rules to achieve justice. This connection between Felt and the show highlights the intersection of real-life events and their portrayal in popular media, showcasing how the FBI's image was shaped during a time of significant political turmoil. The series not only entertained audiences, but also reflected the complexities of law enforcement and the moral dilemmas faced by agents. Felt's dual role as a key figure in a major historical event and as a behind-the-scenes advisor for a popular television show illustrates the fascinating relationship between reality and fiction in American culture. To help foot the bill for the television show and its big budget, the producers of the FBI turned to Detroit, specifically the Ford Motor Company, for sponsorship. This partnership was crucial in funding the series, which featured a range of high-quality production values. Viewers quickly noticed that the show was filled with Ford vehicles, showcasing the brand prominently throughout its episodes. The character of Inspector Louis Erskine, played by Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., would famously drive home a new Mustang in the closing credits of each episode. This vehicle was updated to reflect the latest model each season, keeping the show fresh and relevant to its audience. In many scenes, when traffic was shown on the road, it was often a Ford vehicle that took center stage. This trend is common in television series that receive sponsorship from car companies, as these companies often have a degree of control over how their products are portrayed. The presence of Ford cars not only served as a form of advertisement, but also added a layer of authenticity to the show, as the vehicles were a familiar sight on American roads during that era. The integration of Ford vehicles into the storyline and visuals of the FBI exemplified how sponsorship could shape the narrative and aesthetic of a television series, making it a notable example of product placement in media. After the show would conclude, Zimbalist would appear for a public service announcement, highlighting some of the FBI's most wanted criminals. This segment served as a precursor to the later show America's Most Wanted. On April 7, 1968, a particularly notable announcement followed the episode titled The Predators. This was just days after the tragic assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Zimbalist came on the screen to ask for the public's help in capturing the killer, James Earl Ray. The urgency of the message resonated deeply with viewers, as the nation was still reeling from the shock of the event. The inclusion of real-life criminal cases in the show added a layer of seriousness and relevance, making the audience feel more connected to the issues at hand. These announcements not only aimed to inform the public, but also encouraged community involvement in the fight against crime. The impact of these segments was significant, as they bridged the gap between entertainment and real-world justice, fostering a sense of responsibility among viewers. The show became a platform for raising awareness about pressing social issues, making it more than just a crime drama. The legacy of these public service announcements continues to be felt in how crime shows engage with real-life events and encourage public participation in law enforcement efforts. In the 1965 television series The FBI, William Reynolds played the role of Special Agent Tom Colby. His character was a significant part of the show, which focused on the work of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Reynolds had a background in acting, having appeared in various television shows, including the iconic The Twilight Zone. However, during the mid-1960s, he decided to step back from the Hollywood scene. This decision led him to pursue a career in real estate, where he found a new path away from the pressures of show business. Despite his departure from acting, Reynolds made a guest appearance on the FBI in 1966. This appearance reignited his passion for acting and marked the beginning of his comeback in the industry. His return to the screen was welcomed by fans who remembered his earlier work and appreciated his contributions to the series. The character of Tom Colby became a memorable part of the show's narrative, showcasing Reynolds' talent and dedication to his craft. His journey reflects the challenges and changes many actors face in their careers, balancing personal choices with professional aspirations. The impact of his role in the FBI remains a notable chapter in his acting history. The American public was deeply divided during the 1960s, particularly in the context of the political climate surrounding President Nixon. This division was starkly reflected in the fan base of the television series The FBI. On one side, Nixon's so-called silent majority found a strong connection to the show, embracing its portrayal of law enforcement and the values it represented. They viewed the series as a celebration of American ideals, reinforcing their belief in the importance of order and justice in a time of social upheaval. Conversely, there were those who felt that the show served as sanitized propaganda for J. Edgar Hoover's often dubious agenda. Critics argued that the FBI glossed over the complexities of real-life law enforcement and the ethical dilemmas faced by agents. They believed the series presented a one-dimensional view of crime and justice, aligning too closely with the political narratives of the time. This split in audience perception highlighted the broader societal tensions, as viewers either embraced the show as a reflection of their values or rejected it as a tool of manipulation. The series thus became a cultural touchstone, illustrating the polarized sentiments of a nation grappling with its identity and direction. In 2009, the real FBI director Robert Mueller honored actor Efrem Zimbalist Jr. with a plaque recognizing him as an honorary special agent. This recognition was a significant moment, as it acknowledged Zimbalist's role in shaping the public's perception of FBI agents through the television series The FBI, which aired from 1965 to 1974. The show was known for its portrayal of the Bureau and its agents, often reflecting the ideals and values that J. Edgar Hoover, the then director of the FBI, wanted to project. The series served as a form of propaganda, carefully crafted to enhance the image of the FBI and its personnel. Each week, Zimbalist would deliver post-episode bulletins that provided insights into the real work of the FBI, further solidifying the connection between the show and the Bureau. This collaboration helped to create a more favorable view of law enforcement in the eyes of the American public. The FBI's gratitude towards Zimbalist highlights the impact that entertainment can have on public perception and the importance of media in shaping narratives about institutions like the FBI. The series not only entertained, but also educated viewers about the complexities of crime and justice, making Zimbalist's contributions to the FBI's image truly noteworthy. Some of the special guest stars that appeared on the FBI were compensated quite well for their roles, especially those who have since become household names. Notable actors like Gene Hackman and Robert Duvall reportedly earned $5,000 for their guest spots in single episodes. While this amount may not seem significant by today's standards, it is important to put it into perspective. For instance, the most that the Brady kids ever made for an episode of The Brady Bunch was only $1,100. When comparing these figures, it becomes clear that the guest stars on the FBI were making a considerable amount of money for their appearances. This financial arrangement highlights the show's ability to attract high-caliber talent, contributing to its reputation and success during its run. The presence of such esteemed actors not only elevated the quality of the episodes, but also showcased the show's commitment to storytelling and character development. The guest stars brought their unique skills and charisma, making each episode memorable and engaging for the audience. The combination of a strong cast and compelling narratives helped solidify the FBI as a significant part of television history. The FBI series, which aired in 1965, had a significant influence on the entertainment industry, particularly regarding actor blacklisting. The show's production was tightly controlled, with the Federal Bureau of Investigation having not just the power to review scripts, but also the final say on which actors could appear. This control extended to a thorough vetting process for each actor, ensuring that none had any connections to criminal activities, subversive groups, or communism. Memos released under the Freedom of Information Act revealed that actors like Robert Blake and actress Bette Davis were blacklisted from the show. Their exclusion was largely due to their political views, which did not align with those of J. Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI at the time. Hoover's personal preferences played a crucial role. If he disapproved of an actor, they were unlikely to be cast. This practice reflected the broader climate of fear and suspicion during the Cold War, where political beliefs could severely impact an artist's career. The meticulous background checks conducted for the series underscored the lengths to which the FBI would go to maintain a certain image and ideology within the show. The implications of this blacklisting extended beyond just the actors involved, influencing the broader landscape of Hollywood and the careers of many who were wary of expressing dissenting views. The series thus became a reflection of the political tensions of its time, intertwining entertainment with the realities of a society grappling with issues of loyalty and ideology. Every detail of the show, the FBI, was closely monitored by Clyde Tolson, who served as the second-in-command at the FBI. He is most recognized for his close relationship with J. Edgar Hoover, the director of the FBI. Together, they were involved in many aspects of the Bureau's operations, and this included the television series that aimed to portray the work of the FBI. The premiere episode of the first season was titled The Monster. This episode featured a handsome serial killer who strangled women using their own hair, a plot that deeply disturbed Tolson. His shock led him to recommend that the show be canceled, believing it was too violent and sensationalized. Tolson's concerns prompted him to persuade Hoover to consider canceling the series on several occasions. However, instead of pulling the plug on the show, the decision was made to tone down the violence to satisfy both Tolson and Hoover. This adjustment allowed the series to continue while addressing the apprehensions of its high-profile overseers. The influence of Tolson and Hoover on the show's content highlighted the intersection of entertainment and the serious nature of FBI work, reflecting their desire to maintain a certain image of the Bureau. In the series The FBI, Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. portrayed a dedicated FBI agent, and a crucial prop in his role was an FBI identification card. This card was not just a simple accessory, it played a significant part in establishing his character's credibility and authority. The identification card featured a recent photograph of Zimbalist, which helped viewers connect with his character on a personal level. Additionally, the card included fingerprints from his Army service, adding an element of realism and depth to the portrayal of an FBI agent. This detail highlighted the character's background and experience, making him more relatable and believable as a law enforcement officer. Moreover, the identification number on the card was particularly interesting. It was designed to be only one digit less than a genuine number that the FBI would actually use. This small but significant detail added an extra layer of authenticity to the show, as it mirrored the real-life procedures and protocols of the FBI. The careful attention to such props helped to create a more immersive experience for the audience, allowing them to engage with the story and the characters in a meaningful way. The use of this identification card not only served as a practical tool for the character, but also symbolized the trust and responsibility that came with being an agent of the law. The prop was essential in conveying the seriousness of the work done by the FBI and the dedication of those who served in it. It represented the commitment to justice and the pursuit of truth, themes that were central to the series. Through this identification card, viewers could appreciate the complexities of the character's life and the challenges faced by real FBI agents. The attention to detail in the props, like the identification card, contributed significantly to the show's overall impact and legacy in the realm of crime drama television. No other TV show has portrayed the cool professional operation of the Federal Bureau of Investigation quite so thoroughly as this series did. The FBI aired from 1965 to 1974 and became a significant part of American television history. It offered viewers a glimpse into the inner workings of the FBI, showcasing the dedication and skill of its agents. The show was known for its realistic portrayal of crime solving, emphasizing the importance of teamwork, intelligence, and methodical investigation. Each episode often began with a real case, which added to its authenticity and drew viewers into the world of federal law enforcement. The series featured a strong cast, with Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. playing the lead role of Inspector Louis Erskine. His character embodied the professionalism and integrity expected of FBI agents. The show also highlighted various aspects of the FBI's work, from tracking down criminals to gathering evidence and working with local law enforcement. The attention to detail in the storytelling and the portrayal of the FBI's methods set a standard for future crime dramas. The FBI not only entertained, but also educated the public about the complexities of federal investigations, leaving a lasting impact on how law enforcement is depicted in media. As we close the case on today's thrilling episode of the FBI, a new mystery awaits just around the corner. What became of the talented cast who brought these gripping stories to life? Their journeys after the show ended are filled with unexpected twists and turns that will surprise even the most devoted fans. From the iconic leads to the supporting characters, each actor faced unique challenges and opportunities that shaped their careers in fascinating ways. Some found success in other beloved series, while others ventured into film or took on entirely different paths. Join us as we delve into the lives of these actors, uncovering the secrets behind their post-FBI adventures. What challenges did they face? What legacies did they leave behind? Stay tuned as we explore the captivating stories that continue to unfold long after the credits rolled. James Sikking portrayed the role of hair and fibers expert in the 1965 TV series The FBI, bringing a unique blend of expertise and intensity to the character. His portrayal highlighted the importance of forensic science in criminal investigations, emphasizing how minute details could unravel complex cases. Sikking's character often found himself at the intersection of science and morality, grappling with the implications of his findings on the lives of suspects and victims alike. After the FBI ended, Sikking's career continued with notable roles in various television series and films, including a memorable part in Hill Street Blues. However, his personal life was marked by challenges. He faced financial difficulties in the late 1970s, leading to a period of instability. Sikking also dealt with the pressures of fame, which took a toll on his mental health. In the 1980s, he was involved in a scandal regarding alleged misconduct during a production, which cast a shadow over his career. As of the last known information, Sicking has largely stepped back from the public eye, living a quieter life away from the spotlight. His contributions to television remain significant, but the details of his current life are scarce, leaving a sense of mystery surrounding his later years. Peter Mark Richmond portrayed the character Hammond in the 1965 TV series The FBI, a role that showcased his ability to embody complex characters. Hammond was often depicted as a morally ambiguous figure, navigating the shadows of crime and justice. Richmond's performance added depth to the series, making Hammond a memorable part of the show's narrative. After the FBI, Richmond continued to work in television and film, appearing in various series such as Dynasty and Seventh Heaven. His career spanned decades, but it was not without personal challenges. Richmond faced the tragic loss of his son, a devastating event that deeply affected him. He also dealt with the pressures of Hollywood, where the competition and the quest for relevance can lead to personal turmoil. In his later years, Richmond became involved in writing, penning several novels and plays. He remained active in the entertainment industry until his passing in January 2021. His legacy endures through his diverse body of work and the impact he had on those who knew him. Dabbs Greer portrayed Alvin Van Doyle in the 1965 TV series The FBI, a character marked by a complex blend of cunning and vulnerability. Van Doyle was often entangled in morally ambiguous situations, reflecting the darker side of human nature. Greer's performance brought depth to the role, showcasing his ability to embody characters that straddled the line between good and evil. After the FBI, Greer continued to work steadily in television and film, appearing in notable series like Little House on the Prairie, where he played Reverend Alden. His career spanned several decades, but it was not without personal challenges. Greer faced the struggles of typecasting, often being seen as a character actor rather than a leading man. He also dealt with the pressures of Hollywood, which sometimes led to isolation from his peers. In his personal life, Greer experienced hardships, including the loss of loved ones and the toll of a demanding career. Despite these challenges, he maintained a reputation for professionalism and dedication to his craft. In his later years, Greer remained active in the industry, with his last known role in 2007. He passed away in 2007, leaving behind a legacy of diverse characters and a life marked by resilience in the face of adversity. Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. portrayed Inspector Louis Erskine in the 1965 TV series The FBI, a role that defined his career and showcased his ability to embody a determined and principled law enforcement officer. Zimbalist Erskine was marked by a quiet intensity, navigating complex cases with a blend of intellect and moral conviction. His performance resonated with audiences, making him a recognizable figure in American television. After the FBI ended in 1974, Zimbalist faced personal challenges. He dealt with the tragic loss of his son, Ephraim Zimbalist III, who died in a car accident in 2002. This event cast a shadow over his later years. Zimbalist also experienced financial difficulties, stemming from a series of poor investments and the changing landscape of the entertainment industry. Despite these hardships, he remained active in his craft, lending his voice to various projects, including animated series and video games. In his later life, Zimbalist became involved in philanthropy, focusing on education and the arts. He passed away in 2014 at the age of 95, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and tragedy. His life story reflects the complexities of fame, loss, and resilience. John Carr portrayed SAC Gary Morgan in the 1965 TV series The FBI, a role that showcased his ability to embody authority and moral complexity. Kerr's performance brought depth to the character, reflecting the struggles of law enforcement in a turbulent era. After the show ended, Carr faced significant challenges in his personal life. He battled depression and struggled with the pressures of fame, which led to a decline in his acting career. In the late 1970s, he became embroiled in a scandal involving allegations of substance abuse, which further tarnished his public image. Despite these hardships, Carr found solace in teaching drama at various institutions, sharing his knowledge with aspiring actors. His later years were marked by a quiet retreat from the spotlight, with little known about his activities. The last known information about him suggests he lived a reclusive life, reflecting on his past while remaining largely out of the public eye. As we wrap up our journey through the 1965 TV series The FBI, it's hard not to feel a wave of nostalgia for the stories and characters that captivated audiences. The show not only entertained, but also reflected the real-life challenges faced by the FBI during a time of social change and unrest. From the gripping cases to the strong performances of actors like Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. and Philip Abbott, each episode brought a sense of excitement and intrigue. Many viewers grew up watching this series, perhaps gathering around the television with family, sharing moments of suspense and drama. Did you watch the FBI in your childhood? What memories do you have connected to it? Maybe it inspired your interest in law enforcement or sparked conversations about justice and morality. We invite you to share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences are a vital part of the legacy of this iconic